Hi Eric, Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for Erick's Painting Inc. in Atlanta, Georgia. In this free SEO website audit provided by myself and G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things that you can do to get Erick's Painting in front of people searching for painting services in the Atlanta metro area. Like I said on the phone, I don't expect anything in return for this video, but I would love some feedback from you on whether it was helpful, so that I can always improve, of course, for the next person. And so I have a good gauge on how I'm doing. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right in. I noticed some things that are great about your website, and I also noticed some things that could be improved. So let's jump in. First thing I always look for when I get to a website doing an audit is for a big click to call phone number at the top, which you have. So that's fantastic. And you also have your email right there. Very nice. I would make it sticky like this is here so that it's part of this menu, so that if someone's halfway down on their phone and they decide they are going to go with you, they can make that click even before they have to scroll up to the top. And that's going to help just increase the amount of people that actually call after landing on your site. And then the rest of this is basically I'm going to be talking about how to get people to your site. So I'm going to kind of wander away from user optimization and more toward the SEO, search engine optimization part. So first thing is content. So how many words are on the page and are they relevant to what you do? So I'm just kind of doing a precursory look up and down your site here. I can see that you have a good chunk of words here, but it's not enough. We recommend to our clients that they have at least 3,000 words on their homepage and 1,500 or more on the other pages. The reason for this is that Google sees content as king. It thinks that if you have more content, more words about your particular subject, that must mean that you are a subject matter expert, and that must mean that you're the most relevant person to show or business to show at the top of the search results for the person looking for information. So you're going to want to increase the words on this page and definitely on the other pages as well. And then if I right click on this image, I can click Save Image As, and it'll show that you have saved this image as exterior_C. I did notice that some of your images are saved as keywords, which is great, but this one is not, so along with many others. So what you want to do is go and find the ones that are not saved as a key phrase that people are actually typing in to Google when they're looking for your services and they're in your service area. And I'll show you how to find that in a moment and what keywords you might want to include. But you're going to want to save all these images again and re-upload them so that they are saved as these phrases, and that will help you show up in front of people who are searching for those phrases. So let's see, this is the tool that I use to get an in-depth look into how a website is performing, because I'm sure you understand it's one thing for a website to look nice, and it's a whole other thing for it to actually function as a lead generation machine, which is my specialty. So here we have your UR and DR scores. These are actually pretty decent scores for a first audit. I usually see much lower scores than this, at least to begin with. So your UR score is basically on a scale from 0 to 100. How trustworthy and credible does Google think that your web page is? This exact page, which in this case is your home page. And then your DR score is the same thing except for your entire website as a whole. And these are actually pretty decent numbers, like I said. And how we raise these numbers, which you definitely want to do. I'm saying they're decent numbers to begin with, but you definitely want to raise them from here. Would be with backlinks and referring domains, which you already have a good head start on, which is great. So backlinks are any link from any other website that leads to your website, and a referring domain is a website that has one of those links to your site on it. So you've got a total of 220 websites with a total of 639 backlinks coming to your site. And we can actually click on this and find out what referring domains. I think I actually will. So we can see where these backlinks are coming from. Couple things to note here. These ones like this one's 71, got a DR score. That's good. You really want to go after DR scores that are higher than yours, and really in the 30s and 40s is probably the lowest you want to go if you can help it. You want backlinks from places that are relevant, like websites that are relevant to your industry. So other home remodeling type sites, or maybe sites that talk about the supplies that you will need for home remodeling, things that are just generally, you can draw a logical conclusion as to how they're related to your site. You want to stay away from sites that are irrelevant to you and totally random, right? If you can help it. And then also, like I said, you want high scores here. These zeros here might actually be dragging your score down. But businesses Atlanta, Georgia, blogspot.com, I mean, it is related to you in that it has Atlanta, Georgia in there, so that might be helpful, but this low score is definitely concerning. So when you go out and you get more backlinks, you want to make sure to get them from high credible places like this 53 and this 71, and this 25 is a little low, but it's still better than the 0. So that's how we figure out what those are. And then if I go back here, I can see that you're showing up for 134 organic keywords. So an organic keyword, or maybe a better phrase or word would be organic key phrase, is any phrase that someone could type into Google and have you show up in the first 100 results. Now, unfortunately, being number 11 in the list of results is just about as bad as not existing, because Google's first page only shows the top 10 results. And most people, almost all of the people, either find the result that they're looking for, or they give up on that first page. So hardly anyone's going to the second page, which is how you could be showing up for 134 organic keywords, but only be getting not even 50 traffic. So this is less than 50 people a month who are going to your site because you're showing up for these keywords. We can actually click again once more and see that you're showing up for Atlanta paint contractor. 200 people are typing that into Google each month, which is great. It's got a keyword difficulty, or KD, of 24. So keyword difficulty basically is on a scale from 0 to 100. How difficult does this tool, Ahrefs, think it would be to get to the first page of Google? And with a 24, that, you think, oh, that's like 1 out of 4, if you're looking at a scale from 0 to 100. And that might not seem very high, but that's actually quite a bit of competition when you're looking at a 24. We really like to go after KDs of 5 and below for really beginners. Let's see, and I'll show you some that are pretty good. The competition in your area for painters is a little higher than we like to really see, but it's not undoable. I don't think that's the right word. It's not impossible, is what I'm saying. And I'll show you some good ones in a moment. And you're in the 11th position. Like I said, being in the 11th position is just about as bad as not existing at all. And you can see from here, you were actually on the first page at the very bottom for that one, like you are here. So this is another 200 people typing this, and it looks very similar except for this one little S right here. So that's 400 people between these two keywords, and you're getting a total of about 10 people coming to your site from each of these. In comparison, if you were sitting in the top position for each of these, which I'm by no means promising that you will end up doing, but if you were, you would expect to see about, I shouldn't have started this sentence without knowing the number. Let's see, so 400, I'm not great at mental math, times 0.3 is 120. So you would expect, if you're sitting in the top result on Google, you would get about 120 visitors between these two keywords. But like I said, these are pretty high. It would take a while to get there. So let's check out some keywords that might be a little bit easier of a win and therefore quicker results, right? So we have exterior painting Atlanta. We've also got 200 people searching for that every month, but the keyword difficulty is a lot lower at 11. And then we also have Dextain, Atlanta. 150 people are typing that, and it's got a 0 KD. Now, a 0 KD does not mean that you could just put that, put that site on that word on your site, save a couple images as it, and you'll just show up at the top. It's just not going to happen overnight like that. But it's going to take a lot less time, a lot less effort, and therefore a lot less money, because time is money, to get to the top for this keyword than it would be for an 11 or for, goodness gracious, 24, right? I don't know what's up with this one. But then we also have interior painting Atlanta with 11 KD and 150. So you can see how it kind of starts adding up, and you can get into these not quite as noticeable. Other people haven't been basically taking advantage of these keywords that people are typing in. Unlike Painting Atlanta, which more people in my position who are SEO experts perhaps have already paid attention to this, and it's driven that difficulty up. So let's check out Exterior Painting Atlanta. This is that one that had, let's make sure I got this right, 200 people searching for it, and it's got a keyword difficulty of 11. So when we type it into Google, this is what we get. Usually there's some ads at the top, they're not showing up, doesn't matter. Next is the map pack. So MAP-PACK, map pack. It is the top 3 local results for any particular key phrase in any particular area. So you definitely want to show up here in the top 3, and how you do that is a little different than down here. So I'm going to take a sidebar, tell you how to do it. What you want to do is you want to look up your own name on Google, and you'll see, and if you can't find your business by just the name, you can add the phone number, and that often helps. And then on this side over here where it's blank, you'll see your GMB, or Google My Business listing. What you want to do is make sure that the name, address, and phone number on that is exactly perfectly spelled right, just how you like it. And then you're going to take that same information, your name, address, and phone number, and put it on different directories. So directories are like Yelp, Yext, City Star, White Pages, Yellow Pages. Facebook even actually counts as a directory. And so you're going to paste basically your information the same way you have it on your Google My Business, and that's going to help to increase your relevance in Google's eyes, your credibility, basically saying, hey, this place is legit, people are talking about them, they must be popular, they must be a good business, and that's going to help to lift you up into the further up in the results in the maps, and if you end up in the top 3, you end up on the first page, which is exciting, but not nearly as exciting as sitting in this position right here. This is what's called the #1 organic result. It's the one that gets that 30% that I was talking about, the 30% of the 200 here, which would be like 60. So this link is getting clicked an average of 60 times a month right now. And now it's kind of tough because this is Home Advisor. And then we have Yelp, and normally they would be pretty easy to beat out, but it seems like they're putting a little bit of effort in. Not a whole lot because it's only an 11, but it might be difficult to surpass them. But this result down here is not getting the 30%, but it is getting about 15%. So that means they're getting about 30 visitors each month. So we can take a look at them and go, what is it they're doing? What is it we can do better than them and surpass them with? So taking a look at the amount of content on their page, they've got some content, but it's definitely not that 3,000 minimum I was talking about. And then we can right click on one of their images and see if, let's see, is this one good? Let's go like, we can right click on their image. This was saved as logo 143. Got this one here, save image as. This one was saved as van 2. So yeah, they're not taking advantage of that. So that's another way we can get ahead there. Okay, so I've pretty much run out of time. I just want to say, here's my email address and my phone number. If you want to get a hold of me, I absolutely would be happy to answer your questions. Make sure to increase the content on your site, implement those backlinks, and add citations in order to be seen and found, get more calls and more jobs. And I look forward to your feedback on whether this video was helpful or not. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.